Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It's early. I know it is an early start today, but I figured, hey, why not? It's a Friday. You should be up and out of bed and ready to go and ready to face the show at 7 a.m. PhotoFin on YouTube says you back to you, my friend. So today's show is really just a, it's coffee. It's morning coffee. We talk about what you want to talk about, which now means I can pour my coffee because the show has begun. So wherever you're watching in from, say hi in the chat room. We, with any luck, it appears to be working fine this morning. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on Periscope, we're on VK in Russia. Awesome. We're not in LinkedIn. What's going on with LinkedIn? That's weird. Anyway, and DLive. So there you go. Always a pleasure to be all over the interwebs. Let's see, I'm going to keep that to a minimum there so it doesn't get too cold in there. Mr. Sean Mark Nipper, good morning to you. PhotoFin says, what's up? What's up with you? Coffee is the best. That is the smartest thing I've heard all day. PhotoFin says coffee is the best. Dude, Mr. Finn, you are correct. Coffee is the best. Coffee in the morning, bourbon at night, and man, everything's right. Sounds like a t-shirt. Should make a t-shirt like that. Sean is asking if we're on iTunes. Okay, Sean, so no. So here's the deal. Here's the thing. Sean is asking about, when he says, are we on iTunes, what he means is our podcast. So as I've told you guys a couple times on the show, but I haven't made a big deal about it yet because it's not yet on iTunes, Sean and I have started a podcast. We're like 6 episodes in now, which is super frustrating and still not on iTunes. We're using the service Anchor.fm, which is awesome in itself. And it kind of automatically distributes all over for you. And it's really distributed pretty much everywhere now, except Apple, except iTunes. And I finally have gotten to the bottom of why, Sean. So here's, I'm still waiting to hear back from Anchor on this, but here's the thing. For anybody who's thinking about doing a podcast and you're going to use an aggregate like Anchor. So we set up the podcast, everything's ready to go. We hit distribute and off it goes. It comes back from Apple as failed or declined or denied or whatever. And they give you this PDF of here's possible reasons why. They don't actually tell you why. It's not like, oh, you did this wrong. No. Here's a PDF of 100 different things that you might have done wrong. Figure it out. So I'm going through. And the only thing that I could find is you cannot have, what was it? In the title of a podcast, it can't be something like it wasn't getting started. It was something indicating that it was a new podcast. Or maybe it was the podcast number. That was it. You can't have the podcast number in the name. And so I had called the first episode, which was a test episode, just a 60-second, just to get something in the feed, episode 0. And so we figured that had to be the reason. So I changed the title on that. I cleaned up some other things just in case and resubmitted it. And waited. And I checked in with Anchor a couple times, and they said, let's wait a little bit longer, and then come back and said, we still haven't heard anything. And they said, why don't you submit it yourself? Go through Podcasts Connect, which is an iTunes thing, podcastsconnect.itunes.apple.com, whatever. Anyway, I already have a podcast account on there because I used to do another podcast a long time ago. It's already on there, so great. Okay, so I go in there, and I submit it, and it goes, great, received, done. And then I don't hear anything. And then I go back, and I'm looking at my dashboard, and I don't see any evidence of having submitted it. I'm like, that's weird. And I look through, and it seems like, from what I read, that you should see that. So I submit it again. Still nothing. So I reach out to their tech support, and they finally get back, and it's like, okay, Apple tech support is usually very good. This was not. I get 1 email a day. That's it from them. So I get an email. The first email I get back says, what browser are you using? I'm like, I've done this through Chrome on the desktop and Chrome on iOS. The next day, what version of the browser are you using? I'm like, are you kidding me? This is not a browser issue. This is a server-side issue. So I'm like, okay, fine. Here's the browser version number. Here's my the Mac OS version number, like the exact number. Here's the complete specs of my machine. Like, here's all the information. Is there anything else you'd like to know? You need my social security number? Finally, I think this one maybe took 2 days. They come back and they say something like, we found the podcast, but you don't own it, so we can't talk to you about it, basically. And they say, go in and change these fields, these metadata fields. I go, okay, so they're seeing it in their system submitted from Anchor. All right, so I go, I don't remember exactly what happened next. I start talking to Anchor about it. Anyway, the end result is, at this point, they see the podcast. They still haven't approved it. They won't tell me why. They won't tell me anything other than it's not approved, and I have no access to it. Meanwhile, Anchor can't pull it back because once it's been submitted, it's been submitted. So I'm like stuck between these two companies. So hopefully I've asked Anchor to insert, so Apple basically said, put the 6-digit code into your feed here, and then we will see that code, we will know that it's you, and then we can authorize transfer to you. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for that. So there you go. That's a very long explanation of why we're not yet on iTunes. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's in the chat room. That's probably not a good sound on the microphone, but oh, it tastes so good. Okay. So there's the long answer to your question, Sean. Bart, good morning to you. You don't drink coffee. Everyone thinks you're crazy. Bart, everyone's right. You are crazy. Coffee is wonderful. Burns, Texas, I noticed the name isn't highlighting when you're tagged with PhotoJoseph on chat. Yeah, so this is a limitation of this thing, the restream. So on iTunes, what do you call it, YouTube, I don't have that window up, but I can't bring it up. But for those of you who are regulars to the show, you know that when you type @PhotoJoseph into the chat, that gets highlighted on my screen, which is what you're saying. That's actually my screen you're looking at there. And that's awesome because then I can know exactly when you're trying to talk to me versus just chatting amongst yourselves. Unfortunately, the Restream system doesn't have that. And Restream allows us to have the live stream going out to a whole bunch of different platforms, which it is right now. We've got mostly viewers on YouTube. We've got a few on Facebook. We got somebody on Periscope. Hey, Periscope. Shout out to Periscope. And if you guys chat, no matter what platform it is, it shows up here and you should see it. Like, I think, was there a Facebook? I guess nobody's chatted from. Somebody watching on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else that's not showing up here, say hello in the chat just so we can see it come up in there. But I've asked them to add that feature, and they're like, yeah, that's a really good idea. And, they haven't done it yet, so I keep asking. Craig is in Western Australia. Excellent. You're going to go to bed after this. See, I knew by doing it early, I'd get somebody who couldn't usually attend. Pardon me, Bart says, I'm watching from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Nice place. At the moment, I had a shoot with the ocean rescue team yesterday. Oh, that's cool. I got to be the drowning victim and got rescued by jet ski. Good times. Why, I didn't know you could act, Bart. How exciting. PhotoFin, found you from your GH5 reviews and videos. Excellent. One of my subscribers sent me a GH5. Wow, so I've been learning a lot about it from you, so thank you. A subscriber sent you a GH5. I've had subscribers send me some pretty awesome stuff. A GH5 is definitely top of the list. That is awesome. You just have a good show. I'll have to check it out, PhotoFin. Bart's got to pack and get to the hotel, drive for 8 hours. Let's see here. What else is going on? Oh, there's somebody from Burns Tech is on Twitch. Oh, look at that. Burns is on Twitch and on YouTube. I love you watching me on multiple platforms. You're the best. Good morning from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Excellent. I have never been to Brazil. That is something I need to fix. So, guys, what do we want to talk about today? I wanted to show you a couple of new toys. So this is stuff that I will be doing shows on. For those of you, the next 5 minutes are going to be all about the S-Series. If you're not an S-Series owner, sorry, we'll get back to other stuff. First of all, so Kipon, make sure I'm doing that right. Ooh. Interesting lens cap. Like, I really need a snap-on lens cap. So anyway, Kipon makes a series of lenses for the S-Series. Did you know that? Who knew? Doesn't this look like it would fit on a Micro Four Thirds camera? It's tiny. This is a 90mm f2.4. This is a 75mm f2.4. Siri? Oh, Siri. You're hysterical, Siri. Just stop. We're going to put that away and hope that doesn't happen again. They make, I think, 5 lenses from like 24mm or something up to 90, all primes, all manual focus, all stepless aperture, completely mechanical, quite affordable. And these are the first 2 that they've sent out. They're based in China. They have an office in Seattle. They don't have much stock here in the country, and so I guess the CEO comes here every month. He's going to bring some other lenses for me next time he visits and ship them over here so I can do a full package review on them. But from first glance, they're quite nice. They're definitely, it's a stiff focus, so this is not something you're going to shoot sports with, but great for portraits or just filmmaking, anything where you want to have that mechanical manual focus and the stepless aperture, which is obviously really, really nice. So this is exciting. And look at, where's the 50? Okay, obviously the 51.4 is a massive, massive lens. That's the Panasonic 51.4. Of course, it's huge. It's the reference lens. This is a beautiful thing, but major size difference. So that's kind of fun. I'm excited about these. And then they also sent, they being Kipon. Hold on, there we go. Kipon also sent, per my request, the Mamiya adapter, the same one that I used in the video that I did about the adapting S1 lenses. So they sent me one of the Mamiya adapters. So then I'm like, okay, well, obviously now I got to go get me some Mamiya lenses. Everything I had for that review is on loan from somebody else. And the first lens that I bought is a 50mm f4 tilt shift lens, except that it's not tilt, it's only shift. I thought it was tilt shift. And I get it, I'm like, oh, it's only shift. I should have read that closer. But that's okay. Somebody else said they didn't think that tilting would actually work with the adapter, although I don't know that that's the case or not. But so I can't do the super crazy super crazy shallow depth of field thing where it makes it look like everything's a toy set, you know, like you take a picture of a Vincent Laforet kind of pioneered, not pioneer, but he made it really, really popular. Tilt the lens and you shoot like a ice rink and you focus on the narrow band in the middle and everybody's out of focus and it just looks like a toy model set. I can't do that because it doesn't have the tilt capability, but shift is all about doing perspective correction for architecture and stuff like that. So there's two things you can do with it that are really, really cool, and I'm excited to do some shooting with it and do a video around this. I know it's not going to be one of those really popular videos because, you know, most people don't care, but it's still cool. Let me do this. Let me go top down, and so you can see what's happening here. Let me actually zoom this in a little bit more. I just want to show you what this does. Let's see here. There we go. Because it's really, really cool. So the whole idea behind a shift lens is the lens literally shifts off axis, right? Pretty slick, yeah? So the objective here is to be able to photograph a building without having to look up at it. And I had to research how this works because I didn't really understand the concept of it. How does moving the lens 5 millimeters off axis do this? So basically, here's what happens, and I'll do a whole thing about this, but if you get a building and you're standing at the building looking up at it, you know, the building does this, right? It does this, and it's horrible, right? You want that straightening. If you point the camera straight at the building, so totally parallel to it, perpendicular to it, then so the film plane and the building are parallel, then you don't get the distortion. But obviously you're looking straight ahead, you're standing on the ground, the top half of the building is gone. By shifting this up, so you just saw it shift sideways, but the whole thing rotates. Here we go, I can show you, here, let me do this, I'll show you this too. It really is, oops, it really is cool. Let's see here, so there's the ground, so that would be, if it was on the camera, it would be like this. This rotates, and now when it shifts, there we go, now when it shifts, it's shifting up and down. So now I'm turning it sideways, you can see it shifting that way. By shifting it up a little bit, the whole view moves up, as if, you know, you move the camera up, but because the lens is shifting and the body's staying the same, the shift difference is massive. And so you can get, with just a few millimeters of movement, you get a huge shift up, so it looks like you're standing up higher. It's crazy, it's wild, and I'll do a whole thing explaining exactly how it works, because like I said, I had to kind of dig into it because I just did not understand it, but it's really, really cool. Now, there's two reasons you might want to use this today, because these days, you know, you've got in Photoshop, you can do perspective correction, you can fix all that in post, done, easy. Two reasons, though, to still use this. For one, when you do the perspective correction, you are cropping the picture, so you are losing resolution. Plus, I would think that the stretching of pixels is not as good as just native pure pixels, right? So that, I think we can agree on that. But, you know, let's be honest, the correction is pretty darn good. So if you don't need that full resolution, it's okay. But you could do this with video. And that's one of the things I'm excited to do. So I'm going to go into town here, and we only have a couple of tall-ish buildings here in Ashland. But I'll like set up a tripod across the street from the hotel or something, do the shift so that we see the whole hotel, and do video so that you can see cars and people walking by, which is not something you could do the perspective correction shift for, right? So really, I just love it. I'm excited about it. I'm also looking at the 80mm f1.7, that same one that I did the video on before. I need to get one of those because that was just a gorgeous lens. So that's fun. So there's some S-series stuff that we'll be doing in the upcoming future here. All right, let's go back over to the chit-chat room and see what is happening over here. Scrolling back, it scrolled off for me. There we go. I think we're somewhere around here. Hi from Minnesota. David, greetings. Blasberry, hello from Valencia. Buenos días. Buenas noches. Let's see here. Valencia is great. I'm going to Barcelona next year. I'm very excited about that. Taking my boy for a couple days. I got this ridiculous airfare, like crazy, ridiculously cheap airfare to Barcelona in March, over spring break next year. Good morning from Portland. Love Portland. Awesome. In the same state. Very good. Twitch's transcoder is way better than YouTube, so it's super crispy. That's so interesting. Yeah, Burns has been telling me that. He's the big proponent for Twitch right now, because Twitch apparently has a much better picture than YouTube, which is wild and crazy, but there you go. Craig White in Australia says, awesome things. So literally was don't know, through Twitter and saw you were about to go live, so here I am. Excellent. Craig, you can watch it on Twitter as well. The YouTube experience is better. Trace, still haven't figured out the solution for settings being gray. Okay. Trace was hitting me this morning on the Facebooks asking about a setting on his S1 where he could not enable silent mode. And so I have no idea why he couldn't, but we're going to try and figure that out for you. So what the menu picture that you sent me, Trace, said that you couldn't do it because you're an electronic shutter. So actually first confirm that for me because I haven't gone back to the chat to see if you have. Have you gone in to switch from electronic shutter to either auto or mechanical shutter? Tell me if you've done that first, and I'll keep scrolling. Maybe you already have. Burns, Twitch for some reason is smoother on my phone so I can watch and listen while I'm working. Excellent, love that. Good morning from Kaiser, Oregon. Where's Kaiser, Oregon, Andrew Byrne? Kaiser, I don't know where that is. I'm gonna look that up. Where is Kaiser? Kaiser Soze. I bet you hear that all the time. Burns sick, never mind you answered my question. I don't know what the question was, but excellent. Hans Hutt is loving this. Good, Hans Hutt, I'm glad you're loving this. And afternoon from sunny Cornwall, UK. And that's somewhere else I really still need to get out to, is to the UK. The Restream Body School. The Restream Body School. Greetings, Jake. Good morning to you, my friend. Let's see here. All right, what was I looking for? Kaiser. Kaiser, K-E-I-Z-E-R. Was that right? Kaiser, Oregon. All right, let's see here. Where is Kaiser, Oregon? For everybody who wants to know, because I know everybody wants to know, Kaiser, Oregon is... Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Oh, near Salem. Okay, near our capital. There you go. So there you go, right in the middle, kind of top 2/3 of the state. Excellent. Very cool. Oh, look at that. There you go. Greetings in Kaiser. Christopher is just in Chicago. Dude, Chicago's awesome. Don't say just Chicago. Chicago rocks. Okay, Trey says it's grayed out and won't let me go into settings. The electronic shutter setting is grayed out. That's not possible. So, all right, let me show you what I'm talking about because I think that you are not looking in the same place as I am. I'm going to find it, and then I will connect my S1 and show you where I am talking about. Let's see here. I got to get out of video mode. That would be handy. So let's hear. There we go. Camera. It's probably in here somewhere. Bracketing, silent. Okay, silent mode. I see. Because silent mode, you can't choose. Shutter type. Okay, here you go. Plug this in. It's funny, I don't do the big complex live shows as often anymore because I've been doing more edited shows, which I hope you guys appreciate the edited shows that I've been putting out. I hope that they're worthy. So I'm not using as much of the crazy live stuff that I've set up, but it really is handy for stuff like this where I can just pop in at any time and show you what I want. Okay, so there we go. You are unable to select this. So silent mode is currently unselectable for you. If you go down to shutter type, mine is set to auto. So let me set mine to electronic. Well, let's see here. I still can select this. Electronic and noise reduction. No, I'm trying to find a mode where I can't. Well, that's interesting. So I can't, none of these modes will disable the silent mode. All right, so something else is going on in there. All right, I don't have an easy answer then. Okay, I'm going to have to, I'll hit you back up on Facebook after the chat, or you hit me up on Facebook after the chat, and let's figure it out, because that was what I assumed it to be, because that menu had popped up and said that you were in electronic shutter mode, so I thought that was it, but apparently not. Alrighty. Let's see here. Christopher Puppy says, my gear got big. Yeah, well, that's the S1 stuff definitely did get big. Burns, you asked if I was doing a video on the shift lens. Oh, and then you answered my question. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. This is really, this shift lens is fun. I'm excited to do a video on that. Oh, Sean. Sean is bragging to the wrong person here that he's no longer a GH5 owner because he got a Blackmagic Cinema Pocket something camera. I know he's very excited about it. Did you sell your GH5? Who bought it? You don't have to tell me that here. Blaz, did autofocus in video improve or change at all with the new firmware update? No. No, the firmware update had no effect on autofocus for any of the cameras. The update before that updated some autofocus things for the S series. Pretty sure about that. So I know this has been a point of confusion for a lot of people. The update that just hit for the S series, not talking about the G series. If the G series cameras, the update for that was primarily to add support for the new 10-25 f1.7 lens that's not shipping yet, coming soon. That's primarily what that is. There's a couple of other little minor things in there, but that was really the majority of that. The S series is the one that got the big update, though. And the big update doesn't appear to be that big, but here's what's actually happened as far as I can tell. If you've installed that update, you have just installed the the filmmaker's kit, right? You have just installed Vlog and scopes and all the things that we're getting in the filmmaker's kit, but you can't unlock it yet. You have to get the unlock code to get into that, and that is a paid upgrade. However, it will be free for all S1 owners for a period of time, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it will be free. Now, that is going to be released at the end of this month. The method for which you get it is through your dealer. Now, there has been a lot of confusion. I've been getting a lot of people telling me that their dealers don't understand how to get it. They don't know they're getting it. Their dealers are telling them they're going to have to pay for it. I am working on getting a definitive answer from Panasonic so that I can do a video to tell you guys this is how you get it. If you bought it from a local camera store, from B&H, from Amazon, whatever, this is how you get it. So I will get that information out to you. Be patient. It's not out to the end of the month anyway. But as I understand it, everything that you've just installed is the code. You now is the features. The features now exist in your camera, but they can't be unlocked until that unlock code goes out. Now you might say, well, then why wait? I have no idea. So maybe there is another firmware update that'll come to add more things. I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming that. But anyway, so there you go. There you go. Burns says, I do miss the live show, but I completely understand why you have to make production changes. Hey, I'm always changing. Hope you'll be able to bring them back as your landscape changes in the future. So I think for a lot of live shows, one of the things I really enjoy about being able to do the pre-shot edited ones is when I can do the premiere here, where I show the video here as a premiere and then I go live right afterward. That's kind of fun to do. But I notice not as many people tune into that as they do for a regular live show. So it's a fun idea, but it doesn't seem to have that much traction. The live show itself as a structured, I'm going to do a demo on X, is great. I love those, but I do have to edit those down to be an edited, uploadable show, because if I do a 20-minute live show, because sometimes things take time, people don't want to watch that. They want it to be shorter. And so over the last, 6 months or whatever, I have been editing down the live shows, which has been quite successful. But at the same time, sometimes it's easier is the wrong word, it's better to just do a full edited pre-shot show. It just depends on the topic. Honestly, it really depends on the topic. And I think one of the reasons I've been doing a lot of pre-shot edited shows as opposed to live shows lately is more out of practice and just trying things out and figuring out a clean workflow for that. I've got the live show thing down, right? I've been doing that for years. I got live down. I've got live and then editing it down pretty well. And I know when I'm doing the live show, if in my head I know that I'm going to be editing, like this show, this is not going to be an edited show. This is not a demo show, right? It's just a whatever show. But if I was doing a show, let's say about this lens, and I decided to do that live, which I will not likely do that one live because I'm going to want to integrate B-roll and other stuff into it. But if I was going to do that live, then while I'm delivering it live, I know I'm keeping in the back of my head that I have to edit this. And so I will have clean pauses. If I mess up something badly enough that I feel like I need to restate it, I will restate it. And because I've been doing recorded videos for so long, I know in my head there's like a rewind button where I know exactly, it doesn't always work, but I know how I said something. I know how I ended a sentence, that I ended on an up tilt, that I ended on a down tilt. I know the last thing where I left off so that I can pick up there, so I can go back a couple seconds, pick up and go again, which makes editing things a lot easier, but it doesn't always work. So, anyway, that's kind of what I do when I'm doing the live. Anyway, I got all that down pretty well. So the full-on shoot in advance, edit, and upload thing is still something that I'm relatively new to because I haven't done that a lot. So I'm kind of playing with that a little bit more and enjoying the things that I can do. But it takes a lot more time, right? The 3.5-minute video that I uploaded yesterday, 2 days, whatever it was, on updating the S1, took me like 2.5 days to make. This is crazy. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Blah says, I saw S1 video that showed improved video autofocus, which seemed really fine with me, which seemed finally really fine. Oh, without breathing. Blush, tell me where that was. I'd be interested to know what video that was. I mean, the S1 autofocus is already better than the G series autofocus. It's a much newer camera, so it makes sense. But I mean, it's not Sony quality, whatever. Even the Sony, I've seen Sony's misfocus so many times. I don't know. You get a little tired of all the autofocus chatter. Anyway, there you go. Burns says also it's almost like double work. It is. It's all double work. It's all double, triple, crazy amounts of work. It's always so much work, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm brushing up against my microphone. Hold on a second. Stop. There we go. One of the reasons I have ears, and people ask that all the time, why are you wearing monitors? I can hear what you're hearing, so I know if I do something and it makes noise, I know it, and so I can, I have to avoid that. So that's one of the many reasons. Bart says, where can you find the podcast? The podcast right now is on, it's on Anchor. Okay, Anchor.fm. Anchor is the host. Anchor.fm/PhotoJoseph. I'm just going to pull this up over here. And from there, you can listen to it from there if you get the Anchor app. You can get it. It's called Shot Talk. You might recognize that photo that Sean and I did for an earlier show. But you can see here it is currently on Breaker, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, and Stitcher. Spotify bought Anchor a while ago, so that's awesome. I wonder if that has to do with, too, why this whole, could iTunes be like dinging the Anchor podcast because it's Spotify and Apple doesn't like Spotify? That'd be rude. I don't know. Still waiting. Anyway, so if you go to Anchor, you can listen to it there. You can listen to it from the Anchor app, or you can get it on any of those aggregates right now. It's just not on iTunes yet. And because it's not on iTunes yet, we have like 6 listens. And obviously, I haven't been boasting about it here yet, but it'll happen. One of the cool things about using Anchor, for any of you who listen to Casey Neistat's, what is it called? Couples Therapy. Yeah, Couples Therapy podcast. One of the really cool, they use Anchor. One of the really cool things about it is you as the listeners can go to the Anchor website or on the Anchor app and record a question. So you can record an audio question to me that we can then play back on the show and answer, which no one's done yet. And I'm really like, I want it. It's a neat thing. I think it's a really great idea. And I'm hoping that comes out. Anyway, all right, let's see here. What else? Might do the update to pic since you have a new hairdo. Yeah, Sean, you can't really see your hair in there anyway. We're okay. We'll do another picture at some point. Burns, nonetheless, I always enjoy your content. Thank you. Great appreciation for what you do. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. All right, what else is going on? Nothing else in there. What else do I want to tell you about? I don't know. I got a shoot to do today. That's one of the reasons we're doing this so early. Client dropped off. It's like the best client. Dropped off this stuff for me to photograph. It's just kind of like product photography, simple white background type stuff. But I love it. Came in very quickly. We outlined what she wanted, kind of drew some sketching on a paper of I need a layout like this, I need this, and a top down, I need this, and lay these things out like this. And then she goes out the door. It's like, all right, let me know when it's done. Send me an invoice. Poof, out. I'm like, yes. My kind of client. Just here's the work. I know you're capable. Do it. Not a micromanaging client, as so many clients can be. Micromanaging clients are fun. You charge them double just because they're annoying. Yeah, good idea. All right, what else? Anything else? Come on, chat room. Give me, is it stuck? No, it's working. Give me something else. Give me some meat. Give me something. Burns has something to say about the GH5. I use mine in a garage environment where it's dusty, dirty, greasy, oily hands, etc., and it has been holding up super well. I use it to record my golf cart repair videos. Right. That's awesome. And yeah, the camera's tough. It is a tough camera that is designed to take a beating, right? And it's all weather sealed, so you really get that dusty dust protection in there. It's a great camera. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Always love to hear that. Yeah, and definitely if you're going to do that kind of environment, you want a ProGrade camera, which would be the G series or the S series right now. Burns may have bumped it a few times. The camera, well, it is what you do. It's bumpy. Tech, you're late. Did you already talk about the Sigma 14 to 24 L mount that was announced? I didn't. Oh, I should show you guys this. Yeah. So no, I haven't talked about that, but that's great. I just did. Let me go to my website. I just posted yesterday this is one of those, sometimes we've talked about this before. Things just end up being a much bigger project than it was intended to be. You're familiar with the rabbit hole concept? I have come to the conclusion that my nemesis is the rabbit hole. I always go down the rabbit hole. I can't help it. It's my nature. So yesterday, there was a new Sigma lens announced and a couple other stuff, like new roadmap from Sigma and a few other things that came out. I thought, okay, I'm just going to put this on my website, make a little blog post about it. So I started writing a very quick little thing, put some links to the new lenses that you can now order on there. And then I realized there's actually 14 different lenses that you can order from Sigma today. Oh, that's cool. So I added all those in there. And then I thought, I should put this into a table that's nice and sortable table. But here's the end result. It took half a day, but here is the end result. So this, on the blog, if you go to PhotoJoseph.com, you'll see this right here, right on top right now, Sigma lenses L mount. Click on these and a little bit of information, but here is the chart that I built. And here's what's really cool. This is a sortable chart. So you have all the different models that are currently announced and able to buy. So, and I can sort it by focal length. So 14 millimeter up to 135 millimeter. I can sort it by aperture, the 1.2 up to the 2.8. I can sort it by price. And weirdly, the price, I have to put a leading zero. Let me make this a little bit bigger. It's so funny. I have to put a leading zero, or else it'll put the ones before the fives, and it ends up being totally out of order. Anyway, so the cheapest lens is $549, the most expensive $1599. And anyway, so they're all in here. So you asked about the 14 to 24. So here we go, 14 to 24 2.8. That's the newly announced one. $13.99. That is actually shipping in August, give or take. And you click on the order here button and you get to order from B&H or Adorama. They are not currently listed on Amazon, so that's the only links that you're seeing on there. But isn't this nice? And then you want to, I just want the art lenses. So look, let's sort by all the art lenses. And I will expand that. I will continue to grow that thing because I think that's a useful resource. And I like that you can sort it. Not necessary, but it's like, oh, I'll bet I can do this. Oh, I can bet. And I had to talk to my engineer about how to do something on the website because the sorting wasn't working. Anyway, but now it's up there. Yay! So there you go. There's a lot of lenses coming from there, which is really, really cool. The podcast is called Shot Talk. There you go, guys. Thank you, Sean, for clarifying that. So Bernstein, I was finally able to get ProGrade digital dual SD card reader. Oh, nice. I don't have one of those yet. It is fast. I think your link from way back when you first introduced them. Thank you very much. Actually, Burns, I'm glad you brought that up. This is the other show I was going to do this week, but didn't yet, partially because the upgrade video took me so long to do. I'm going to do another video about the ProGrade cards. So right now, ProGrade, during the month of July, ProGrade is doing 25% off of all of their cards. They make high-end, fast enough for all this stuff, video cards, really nice quality stuff. I'm going to do a video comparing V60 to V90, talking about why you might want to go to V90, even though V60 is technically fast enough for what the highest bit rate that these cameras shoot today is. And I'm also going to do some comparisons on shooting stills using those two to see if there's any difference in shooting stills, both clearing the buffer and well, not just stills, but for stills and video, offloading the card, copying off of the card. So you've got the new dual SD card reader. I don't have the new dual SD card, but it doesn't matter, USB-C. And I'm not going to do that as a live show because, like, for example, my only system that is USB-C, or Thunderbolt 3/USB-C is my main production system, which is in the other room. Anyway, so I will do an edited video of that. I might finally get to start shooting that today. Anyway, oh, wait, I got to do this. We'll see. Anyway, that was the plan. So I will get that out ASAP because the sale is only during July, and I want you guys to be able to take advantage of that. So there you go. But yes, ProGrade Digital, awesome, nice and fast, excellent. There you go. Okay, Texas, wow, what a great resource. Hey, you're welcome. I can't wait to see the test with that 14 to 24. That's a nice looking lens. I mean, it sounds like a nice lens. Yeah, very cool. All right, what else? Anything else going on over here? Blosh said Richard Wong. Oh, I like his stuff. He's cool. Made a comparison between the new firmware S1 versus the A7 III. Okay, so Lumix S1 versus the Sony A7 III, and even in some cases the S1 was better. Can anyone believe that is possible on YouTube? Oh, good. Thank you very much for that. Oh, and look at you, you're smart. You just put that part of the code in there because otherwise YouTube would block it. Excellent, thank you. So anybody who wants, grab that code and watch the video. I will watch that later, Blas. That is awesome. Very cool. Blas, where are you from? What nationality is your name? And I'm asking because Blas with a Karen over it, I know it's a Slovenian name, Blaj. But, or no, it would be a Z, Blaj. Yeah. Anyway, let me know where you're from. Cool, let's see. What a great video, we already saw that. Okay, anything else? I'm gonna keep drinking coffee and just wait for you guys to ask something else. This is good. I like doing these early morning shows. I'm going to be able to get a full day in after this as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Anybody watching on any other platforms? We got the one guy. We got Burns on Twitch. He's the only one on Twitch. Everybody else is on YouTube. Looks like I lost my couple of Facebook people. Oh, well, that is okay. That's how you take over the chat. Burns. It's smart. There you go. That's smart. You're the only one with a purple thing next to your name. Excellent plan. Excellent plan. Let's see here. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, Sigma things. I emailed them again. I don't know what the holdup is. They were going to send out the MC21. That's the Canon adapter that I can use long term and do more videos with because I've got a bunch of Canon glass and I want to talk more about that. They haven't shipped it out yet, but eventually they'll get that. I mean, I have plenty of other stuff to do right now, but there you go. Burns, I'm watching out on both. Okay, tech. I saw the Lumix S1873 autofocus test, and it was impressive. However, it was in pretty good lighting conditions only, so still need to do more testing. Looking good for depth from defocusing, though. Super. Excellent, excellent. Craig, when are you doing another Nick webinar? Oh, good question, Craig. So I did a whole round of Nick webinars last month. So new Nick webinars is another batch of them that were supposed to start this week, but for various reasons did not. But they are starting up again next week. My first one is on Saturday of next week, and there's one or two other ones that are happening next week, but my first one is Saturday, and then I think I'm only doing one in July, and then I've got a whole bunch in August. So it's me and one other guy who are doing them, trading off, and he's gone for almost all of August. So basically, he's got July, and I've got August, other than I think next Saturday. Pretty sure that's how that's working. So I will, actually, that's on my list of things to do today as well, is publish a schedule of all of those shows. And every one of those shows is going to be different. Unlike last time where we were doing repeats, every one of those shows is going to be unique, and these are more deep dive into specific, not specific features, but specific. Excellent, excellent. Burns says the stream is crapping out. Well, that's no good. It's looking good over here. All good on this end. Blage is Castilian. Oh, Spanish. For Blaise, like Blaise Pascal. Also Blage in Catalan, alternate name. Okay. Family name is French, Catalan French. Oh, there you go. Cool. Thank you. So you would say Blas then. It would not. It's not Blage. I'm doing Blage because I know the name from Slovenia, but it's Blas. Blas, Castilian. Español. Qué bueno. Okay. Anyway, what else? Anything else? I now want to go watch that video. That's very exciting. Thank you for sharing that again. All right. What else can I do? Talk about? Anything else can I talk about? I don't know. I need to do a video. There's too many videos. See, this is too many videos. I mean, it's great, right? Happy problems. But I already showed this to you too. The Godox V lights. I like the round head on these things. These are. I already mentioned this. I think I talked about this in the last live show. Actually, this is the V1F. It's the Fuji one. They sent me the wrong ones, but so they don't work. I mean, they work on camera, but kind of only in manual or something. They're not fully functional, but they do. Oh, it's high speed. High speed sync doesn't work on camera because they're not the Olympus / Panasonic versions. But high speed sync does work when you use the on-camera remote, the X Pro O, I think it was called. When you use that to trigger these, you do still get the high speed sync, which is really, really cool. And now they said, oh, we screwed up, we'll send you the O version. And I said, no, actually, I like that they're the wrong version because that gives me the ability to show that you can mix the platforms, which is really, really neat. But these are nice lights. They're not any more powerful than the square head ones. It's just a different shaped head with all kinds of really cool. Actually, let me show you these. I don't think I showed these to you before. This is really neat. I think this is very clever. So you've got these round studio shape heads instead of the square ones. And it's interesting if you blast this onto a white wall and you look at the flash pattern, you get a nice round pattern versus what is very clearly a rectangular pattern off of these standard flash heads. I'm talking about like, you know, that type of flash head. But look at these little accessories. So you get these magnetic little dome, right? There's a little diffuser dome on there. Let's do this. You get a little diffuser dome on there. There's a grid. This one's got other accessories on it too. Anyway, so there's a grid you can put on there. There's a little diffusion. Put that on there, and you can stack these and combine them. I used this one on the shoot that I did of the portrait of the guy with the airplane. This is a little snoot. So this one's not magnetic. It just rubbers over there. But stretch the thing on, and you got a little snoot on there, which is really quite cool. Probably helps if you get it straight on. Neat, right? I love it. I love these little accessory. Oh, it's even barn doors. Look at that. You put barn doors on these. Ha! How cool is that? I love it. I think it's very, very clever. Gels. I got colored gels in here. Nice little accessory kit. So this is neat. So yeah, that's another video that I gotta do. I need. Here's the problem. It's a happy problem, but it's a problem. I have a ton of videos that I want to do. I have a ton of videos that people keep sending me really awesome gear to do videos on. And then I get emails going, aren't you doing a video on that? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'll get to it. Because I don't make my living entirely doing this because, you know, I'm not MKBHD, I do other work as well, right? I mean, I do production work like this, right? Because, you know, I have to because I got to pay the bills. I would love to be able to focus entirely on this. Wow, that actually fit in there really nicely. Last time it didn't fit so well. Am I missing something? Huh, I must have actually put it together correctly this time. I end up not having as much time as I would like to do these videos. But, you know, until the channel hits like 1 million people. Ooh, I'm almost at 30,000. Very close to 30,000. I realize I'm all over the place today, but that's okay. Let's see where I'm at. Oh yeah, I was going to do a giveaway too. Here, I'm going to give this away. I'll tell you what it is in a second. Let's see here. Where am I at? Let's see here. TubeBuddy. It's like I'm at 20. Wait for it to refresh. Where's that static coming from? Is it from this? That was weird. There's no batteries in this. That can't be. It had to be coincidence. What are we at? 29,893. Getting close to 30K. Getting close. Tweet it out, everybody. Tell everybody, tweet it right now. Subscribe to PhotoJoseph's YouTube channel. Let's get this thing over 30K while we're live on the show. Yeah, that'd be funny. Okay, should I give this away? What else we got in here? Dan Hughes is good too. Yeah, that's Dan. I couldn't remember his name. Thank you for saying that. Dan Hughes is the other guy doing the Nick webinars. He's awesome. Dan Hughes worked with Nick Software back in the day, so he's super early on this stuff as well. He's the one who actually designed all the new presets that are in the Nick collection, which is awesome. Niall says, we just want to thank you for all your videos. You're quite welcome. You've really helped me figure out your S1. Fantastic. Hey, people keep asking me, and there's probably like 2 people, but I do get asked if I'm going to do a full course on the S1 like I did for the GH5. I would love to, but the answer has so far been no, because it's kind of too niche, if you will. I don't think, I sold a fair number of the GH5 training, enough that made it worthwhile doing, because it took me like 3 months to produce that thing, that it made it worthwhile doing, and I earned a profit on it, yada, yada. So it was totally 100% worth doing. Yeah. S1, however, I debate the validity of doing that. I feel like I would have to charge something like $500 for the course, because I know I'm going to sell a fifth as many of them. Is that the right math? To make it profitable, and I just don't feel like people want to pay that kind of money for the course. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, $500 is a lot. Maybe I wouldn't have to charge that much, but I would definitely have to charge more than the $100 that I charged for the GH5 course. I don't think. Maybe when the S1H comes out, maybe then it'll make more sense and do like a whole S Series one. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. I don't think it's worth doing. I don't think enough people will buy it. Bart, have I seen the new Sigma FP camera? I saw what everybody else. I saw the stuff online. Looks very interesting. That's exciting. Very exciting to be moving the L-mount alliance along. I think it's hysterical. You have this tiny little camera on a big honkin' lens, but they showed it with some smaller lenses. Obviously, Sigma's doing a whole bunch of lenses. Some of them will be smaller. So yes, and then you've got stuff like this. So you could have I don't know, pocketable seems a bit generous, but a pocketable, if you're wearing cargo pants with big pockets, full frame camera, I think that's great. I think it's very great. I'm very excited to see that, because yeah, the S Series is big, right? And I know one of the first reactions people often have when they pick up an S1 or the S1R is, oh my God, it's huge. And it is obviously bigger than the Micro Four Thirds cameras that we're used to, the G9, G8.5, and so on, obviously. But it is also bigger than a lot of the Sony full frames, Canon full frames, until you get into like the big the highest level Canons, Nikons, and so on. Then those are the same size, especially once you add the battery grip to it. I think it's great that Sigma is going to release a little one. So if for those who do want to go full frame, do want to have the big cameras, but then occasionally want to have that little pocketable camera with one of their awesome lenses, I think it's awesome. So I'm very excited. So yeah, I'm totally stoked. I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be fun. Niall says, next time you're in Ashland, you'd love to have a beer or coffee. Probably next summer. Okay, cool. Let me know. Beer is always a good choice. It's Oregon after all. Coffee's good too. Coffee's good too. We love the coffee. We make some good coffee here in Ashland, actually. Bart says, I hear you. I have a pile of gear to review and a huge list of video ideas. My actual work leaves me so little time. And that's the thing is, this is my actual work, but I can't ignore all the client stuff that actually pays the real money, right? Because, this doesn't, anyway, you get the idea. You get it. You get it. Sean, how about giving away a shopping spree in your studio for 30 seconds? Sure, all you gotta do is leave a blank check at the door on your way in. Burns, I still watch the GH5 training videos if I forget how to do something. That's awesome to hear, Burns. Thank you. That is very cool. David England, can you show tethering on iPad Pro via cable on the new iPad OS? Yeah, once I install it. I really don't like working with beta software anymore. I spent a huge part of my career messing with beta software. I kind of feel like I'm not getting paid to use beta software anymore. I don't need to use it anymore. It is such a headache. And remember I mentioned earlier the rabbit hole? This is something that I do all the time. I'm working in any app from whatever, just some piece of software, and I find a bug or something doesn't work. Most normal people would just work around the bug and get the job done. Not me. Oh no, I need to reproduce the bug, write up a bug report, reach out to the company and say, I found this problem, here's a 6-page bug report on what's wrong. I can't help myself, and it's such a waste of time. So if well, I mean, it's a waste of time in the fact that I should be doing other things, but quite often the companies usually respond and they end up fixing the bug, which is good. So, I mean, that's positive, right? You gotta have somebody out there doing this. Oy. But if I installed iPadOS, no, I just can't. So eventually, once it's shipping, then yes. I may buy the new iPad. I've got another project. The deal's not inked yet, but I have another project which may require using the new iPad. So I will be upgrading to that, which is exciting. I want to anyway, but it'd be a good excuse to. I mean, this iPad's awesome. This is only last year's model, but the new one's kind of really awesome. Anyway, there you go. Plus, so the S1 is and will remain a niche camera? No, I'm not saying it's niche at all. I'm saying that the user base of that is smaller than the GH5. You can remember the GH5 is the fifth, go figure, it's the 5th camera in a series, right? So it has had a long time to build up a user base. Not only is the GH5 is the 5th one in that, the Micro Four Thirds system has been around for a long time. So you have a lot of people who have been using Micro Four Thirds, and maybe their GH5 was their first GH camera, maybe it was their 5th GH camera, but you have a huge customer base for me to tap into. So when I did the training, I knew that there were tens of thousands or hundreds, I have no idea how many number, but lots and lots of people out there that could potentially buy the training, and did, right? And that was great. The S series is brand new. There is no previous customer base for me to tap into. The only people I could sell training on the S series to would be brand new customers, of which there are clearly a lot fewer than the G series. That's what I mean by that. So I'm not calling it niche, it's just it's a much smaller market. 5 years from now, maybe it'll be a much bigger market and it'll be much easier to justify doing training on it. But I don't feel that the time that I put into it would pay out, right? And it's a lot of time. I mean, it took me a lot of time to do that GH5 training, and it cost me a lot of money. Because I didn't want it to take a year to do, I hired an editor for it, so I had to pay the editor, right? There's some serious investment in there. I need to be able to see the return on it, and I just don't see the return on the S1. So there, and no one's responded to say whether they would pay big money for that, so there's kind of my answer right there. Anyway, Bless also says, do you believe the S1H will be less unniche, or for such a high price you can almost get a cine camera with more specific video capabilities? Well, the S1H is all about specific video capabilities, and no, you can't. There is nothing that will touch with the features of the S1H for anywhere near that price point. So it is going to be an extremely popular camera in the Hollywood set. It is going to be a popular camera among YouTubers who want to spend as much money as they possibly can on their video gear. It is not the video camera that most normal people will buy, because the S1 with its filmmakers kit that's coming later this month or whatever, that will give 99% of the features that people, like all the features that 90% of the people need, something like that. The S1H is a pretty specific camera. It is not going to be a mass market camera. That I feel confident saying. So there you go. All right, what else? Beta means brain pain. You got that right, Burns. Hello from Atlanta. Hello in Atlanta. Any recommendations for using for a small bag for G7 and one extra lens? Oh, cool. Going on a Disney cruise and just want a small bag. Actually, I do. I could tell you exactly the bag to get. If I can remember where. Did I put that away? I think I just put it away. It is not, no. Okay, I'm gonna grab 2 bags to show you. I have serious bag problem. Yeah, I have a serious bag problem. Okay, here's one of them. Where's the other one? It must be over here. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, it depends on how much money you want to spend and how stylish and fashionable you want to be. So if you just want to look, super awesome, Ona bags, I think, are gorgeous. So this is an Ona bag. I mean, this stupid little bag was like $400. It's ridiculous. I bought this as a prop for a shoot. It's like my justification. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. It's leather. Really, really nice. Perfect, small. A camera like the G7 with an extra lens in there. You can stick your iPad mini in the back. It's very, very nice. Stupidly overpriced, but very nice. On the slightly more practical side, I really like this. This is, this is the Street-O-Matic, the Cozy Speed company. This is a company out of Germany. This bag is super nifty. So simple little, whatever, slots in there. You got nice little pockets for cards and things like that, extra batteries. A nice pocket for your phone, which sits in there quite nicely. And it is designed as to go around your waist, so instead of being on your shoulder, which I quite like. This catch on here is a double. You have to like push a button and squeeze this to get it out, so it's not going to pop off easily. I think you can, you could also do a belt through here, but this doesn't come off, so I think you'd look really silly. Come to think of it, I'm not quite sure why you would. Anyway, I like this. So Cozy Speed is the company. I did a video on this a while ago. If you go onto YouTube and type PhotoJoseph Cozy Speed, you're going to see this. They also, Sean and I did a video on this company. They have a bag. I don't know if it's actually shipping now, but for the Moment lenses, which is kind of fun. But check this bag out. I like this a lot. When I'm doing a trip where I'm going to be carrying a small camera around all day, and I want to have my hands free, and I want to have like trade shows. This is the bag that I take on a trade show floor. I don't go out with the big cameras on the trade show floor. I'll take like a GX85, something small, and I can keep a snack in here, and I can keep obviously my wallet and all the junk that I need. And because it goes around the waist, it's off my shoulder. It's not like shoulder weight all day long. Really great. So highly recommend. Check these guys out, or own it if you just want to spend money. And want to look super stylish. All right, there you go. I hope that's helpful. Audio Dabbler. Auto Dabbler also says, I know there's a few audio issues for music production on iPadOS. Well, I'm totally out of my world. Using beta software in anything that is mission critical, no one ever should unless that's your job. Totally. And even I just don't have the patience for it anymore. Too old for that crap. Sean Mark Nipper, I have iOS 13 on my phone. It's working fine, only a couple of issues with apps that are not ready yet. And see, there's another reason. Sean, that's perfect. I'm sorry, I should put that back up. That's another reason that I don't like going with beta software, because I do, actual work and I need apps that work. And it's super annoying when you fire up an app and it's like, oh, this app's not compatible. Oh, God, I don't have the patience for that. It's different if I like had two iPads maybe, and I could load it on one and not the other, maybe, but yeah. Okay. Bart's got to run. See you, Bart. He's probably already gone. Burns, Bart, don't hit the road, might hurt. Oh, my God. Dad jokes. Sean says, what news channel interviewed us the other day? I haven't seen it yet. Oh, yeah. So Sean and I went up to, so we live in Ashland, Oregon, Southern Oregon. There's this new welcome center that has just been built. It's opening, I think, next week. They're just waiting for their final inspection. And there was a preview for members of the Chamber of Commerce to come up and check it out. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. I think it was very, very well done. And Channel 12 News was there, and they grabbed us to just do a quick little interview, ask us some questions about it. It's interesting, Sean. I asked you this on text later, and you didn't feel this way, and maybe you got different questions, so I didn't stick around for yours. But the questions that they asked me, the way they were asking them, I felt like they were looking for negative answers. It was kind of like, don't you think that this is bad kind of question. That's not what the question was, but it was kind of that type of a question, as opposed to a what do you think? It was more like, do you think this is bad type of question? And there was a lot of controversy about this welcome center because people felt like, it's basically when you first come into Oregon, you come in at Mount Ashland. Top of Mount Ashland is, actually it's before Mount Ashland, but you enter Oregon before Mount Ashland, you go up over the crest and come down, and before you hit Ashland, the city itself, there's this new welcome center. And so a lot of people felt that if they build a welcome center, that people won't get off the freeway and come to Ashland. And then the counter argument to that was, well, no, this is something that people will see and get off the freeway and then can learn about Ashland. So it's, if you already come into Ashland, obviously you're going to get off. But if you don't know about it, then this is a great way to introduce you to the state. And there's all these resources in there about all the things the state has to offer. It's really, really nice. Anyway, so I think that's why the questions were that way, at least for me. And again, Sean, I don't know if you got different questions or what, but anyway, I thought it was great. But no, I haven't seen it either. It was on broadcast TV. I'm like, who watches broadcast TV? I was in Costco yesterday. God, what a random thing. And, they got salespeople like, oh, have you seen the latest blah, blah, blah. Check out our blender. So this guy says something to me, and I didn't hear him. Sorry, what? And he says, who's your cable provider? And I looked at him, and the guy's like, in his early 20s, probably teenager. He's a young guy. And I'm thinking, cable? Who watches cable? Dude, I bet you've never watched cable a day in your life. I cut the cord 15 years ago. It's ridiculous. Who's your cable provider? So when they're doing Channel 12 News, they're like, it'll be on at 3 o'clock. I'm going, is it going to be online? Because if not, I'm never going to see it. Anyway, There you go, side thing. Sebastian, hi from Germany. Hello, back to Germany. I like your channel very much. Thank you very much. I think the primary feature of the Sigma FP will be its great idea of modularization. This will be its key selling point. Cool. I haven't dug into it much. I clearly need to, but it's very cool. Blush says, here's an irresistible rabbit hole. Rabbit hole. Love the rabbit holes. My nemesis. Craig White in Australia. Good to know someone else has the bag problem. Oh my God, dude. I have such a bag problem. Fortunately, I have enablers. I work with a lot of companies that send me bags, which is great. You know, like the Cozy Speed bag they sent me, the Ona one I bought because I'm an idiot. What do you call it? These guys, the think tanks. Think tanks are definitely my #1 bags, and I'm not just saying that because they send a lot of bags, but I have a lot of think tank bags. They make a lot of very, very cool bags, and I really appreciate what they do. I've actually met with them. I met with their design team years ago, and it's fun. Nice company. Nice company for sure. Okay, next. Niall says, I wouldn't drop the money on training, and I own the S1. Okay, I assume it would have to be pretty expensive, and honestly, at this point, I would rather put that money toward one of the new Sigma lenses. Yeah, see, there you go. At that point, I think the $100 price point for training on a camera of this caliber is a sweet spot. And you know, maybe you could do like 150 on the S1. Like the $100 for the GH5 training, I felt, well, obviously people were willing to pay it because people did, but I would often, my favorite emails to get were, can I get the training for free or can I get a discount on it? I can't afford the training. And I'm thinking, okay, you just bought a $2,000 camera plus lenses and you can't afford $100 training. Like the training costs less than the sales tax on the stuff that you just bought. So come on, man. Like, you know, you spend all the money on the camera, learn how to use it. But I understand that spending hundreds, multiple hundreds of dollars gets a little bit more painful. You get to the point where you're going, ooh, well, do I buy the training or a lens? And, you know, arguably, most people will do much better buying training than lenses, but people aren't going to do that. I get it. People want the shiny toy. I get it. But anyway, so that's, I think I'd have to charge too much to make it worthwhile. Anyway, think tank bags are great. Hey, I was going to give this away. Okay, what is this? This is, should I do, how many people do we have here? Yeah, why not? Who wants a free microphone? This is a Comica. This is not great. Don't get excited. This is not some crazy quality thing. But I realize this is just sitting here. I don't need this anymore. I got it for a demo thing a while ago, and I'm happy to give this away. So this is a dual wireless, I mean not dual, a single wireless live set, transmitter, receiver. Comes with a microphone, belt clip, all that, runs on AA batteries. It's pretty good. I did a video on this. If you search YouTube, my YouTube channel, or search on YouTube, PhotoJoseph and Comica, you'll find it. This is, let's see, what model is this thing? WM100-TX. Find that. Anyway, find this. I did a video on this. I've used it once since. Now I have other mics. I do not need another wireless pack. So I will gladly give this away. We'll figure out how to do that in a second. All I'm going to ask for you to do is, I'll ship this anywhere in the world, but you got to pay shipping. Okay, this is not a prize thing where I'm going to pay shipping. If you want it, you got to pay for shipping. So it comes with a microphone, obviously, the lav mic itself. It comes with a very oversized, furry dead cat, dead kitten, another belt clip, because you can put the transmitter and the receiver on belt clips if you want to. And then it has two connection points to the camera. It has an XLR or your standard 1/8" mini jack, whatever you call it. So there. It's probably not worth more than $100. I think on Amazon that's about all they are. It's definitely not an expensive mic set, but there you go. But I don't need it, so I'm going to give it away instead of leaving it here to collect dust. So who wants it? Let's hear. Anybody in the chat say they want it yet? If nobody wants it, that's cool. I totally get it. It's, you know, if you don't need it, you don't need it. But if you want it, I'll just leave this right here. If you want it, how do we give this away? I don't know. I want to do it like right now. I don't want to deal with this later. Anybody else? No, nobody seems to want it. The Audio Dabbler likes free stuff. That would help with your YouTube channel. There you go, Audio Dabbler. It's yours. You win. You're first. Reach out to me afterwards. Hit me up on Twitter as a DM. PhotoJoseph on Twitter. DM me on Twitter, and we'll sort out payment for the shipping. And you were in Atlanta? Is that what you said? I think if I remember right. So shipping will be cheap. There you go. Cool. Just the only condition, you got to, like, I don't know, if you're going to do a video on it or something, shout out to my channel. I don't know, something. You know, be a friend. Whatever. That's cool. Excellent. It's yours. Cool. Hans says, I pay like steering. Still have no, am also willing to pay you for the set. Sorry, Hans, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but he wins. Anthony wants an AVX. Dude, if I had an AVX, I would not be giving that away. That's what I want. I haven't spent the money on an AVX kit yet. I really would like to get a double AVX pack, but you know, you're talking like what, 12, 1,300 bucks or something to get two of them? 1,800, isn't it? No, they're expensive. Really nice though. Although, that's another video that I want to do. See, oh, so many videos. I want to compare dual AVXs to the Aperture, is it Aperture? No, not Aperture. Same company, but their audio division. What are they called? What's the audio division of the Aperture company called? Come on, guys, somebody tell me. They're doing super, super nice stuff. I really would like to compare their new dual mic set to a pair of AVXs, because they're, as far as I can tell, they're kind of the same caliber. And yeah, there's a lot of, I have a whole thing of, like, I've already outlined the whole video. I just got to get my hands on them and then, you know, find the time. Oh boy. Okay. Now that would be awesome, sweet, you would love it. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. That's okay. XSWD is cheaper. Is that, no, that's, Anthony, that's not the one that I'm thinking of though, is it? What's the, oh my God, why am I blanking on the name? Aperture's audio company. Let me just see. Aperture Audio Company. Let's see if that helps. Deity. There you go. So the Deity stuff, really nice. Their dual kit, there's like their first wireless mic kit, and it comes with a dual receiver and 2 transmitters. I want to compare that to the AVX system, because I think it's a very valid comparison, and the Deity is quite a bit cheaper, but they're both digital, they're both boasting really good quality range, et cetera, so I think that'd be fun. Anyway, okay, that's it. I got enough of this stuff. Let's get out of here. It's been, what has this been, like an hour already? Oof, it's an hour. Man, that's a long show. Okay, congratulations to the audio dabbler. It's all yours, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Fun. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Hey, guys, that was cool. Happy Friday. Do you like these shows? Should I do these more often? I don't know. If I tend to do these on a week when I haven't done a regular live show, just because I got to go live weekly, at least. Next week, anybody in Seattle? I'm going to Seattle next week for a couple days. I don't know if I have time to see anybody, but I'm going to be in Seattle for a couple days. Got a thing up there. And, I guess that's it. All right, cool. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.